Andrew Kane Brown, my only son. I'm making this video for you, man. Hopefully by the time you actually get a chance to watch this video, or you may watch it a few times, that you'll be able to understand who your daddy was. Joe Brown, aka Black Feniks. I was born in Little Rock, Arkansas, and I was raised in Southeast Arkansas, McGee, Arkansas City, Reed, and Denver, Aurora. I stayed in Montbello's. I grew up actually in Montbello's in Denver. So I went back a few times. By the age of 13, I had pretty much got into the street life from what was around me. I seen a lot. I was in an environment where everything was blue. So my hood was blue. I was taught how to hustle because that's all I knew. In my hood, if you didn't hustle or work on the railroad or the farm, you was in prison. It was like, it was crazy, man. So my mom, she tried all she did, all she could. And her name was Mary Catherine Brown, and everybody called her Cat. Great woman, man. You got a chance to meet her though, but you was young, so I don't know if you remember her or not. But boy, she loved you. She used to always say, boy, you are a split image of your daddy, just white. Funny. But man, let me tell you, man, I can't tell you that my life was roses. You know, things happened growing up. You know, my dad ended up getting addicted to drugs, heavy, hard. And honestly, I think the down spiral of my life started then, you know, in the 80s. When my dad was on from freebasing to crack cocaine, and man, that stuff took a lot of people down. And my mom could only do so much, so you know, I turned to the streets. And by 14, I'd already been to a juvenile home. 15, jail a few times. By 16, I got locked up. At the time, I was facing, the charges was 10, 40 to life. At 16 years old, I was facing 10, 40 to life. And by the grace of God, I only got 14 years, and it was under the 70% law, so I had to do 10 years of the 14, which was 9 years, 8 months, but it was a little more, so I did 10 years on the 14. So while I was incarcerated, I learned how to read and write better. I learned how to do math better. I got my GED while I was incarcerated. I went to Votech and learned how to weld, to be a combination welder while I was incarcerated. And I went to college for small business management while I was incarcerated to learn how to start a business, you know, to get the ideal of it. Even though once I got out of prison, I didn't actually start a business till 10 years after I got out of prison. I had did some small petty business things, so I was doing some freelance and stuff that you could call business, but it wasn't actual a business. I worked for others, welding. You know, I did it for a while. So, and then after working for others, you know, I just realized, hey, I can really do this better if I work for myself. And I realized that the skill and the trade of welding was so much of a great need that I could be independent, and I could break the chains of having to work for someone else, and I could teach you a trade and teach your sister or Maris a trade, or have her in the business of being a designer or engineer, where we can be able to be independent and don't have to work for someone else. We could actually work for ourselves. So everything that I'm doing now is for you. So once you watch this video, you'll understand all the sacrifices that I made. You know, I didn't get no silver spoon. Things was rough, but I didn't give up. Yeah, I messed up, I done made mistakes even now at this present time, but I'm always learning. And I think as a man, you're gonna always learn, but never be naive and not listen to reason. A man told me this in prison, son, and it took till I was grown. Honestly, it took the last few years for me to really understand this. And at this present time, I'm 38. I'll be 39 in a few weeks. March the 29th, 1980 is my birthday. And let me tell you, the man told me it is wiser to learn from someone else's mistakes than it is your own. And I was like, well, why? I would think if you learn from your own mistakes, you'll get more out of it. And he was like, yeah, you'll get more, but you won't live long enough to learn from all of yours. So that's why it's important to learn from someone else's mistakes. So use my mistakes, not listening to my mom when I should have, not being around the crowd that I should have been around. Use my mistakes. Going to prison at this age and having to go through all of the pain and the hatred and the racism and the things that I have seen. Like, I have seen some terrible things, and I'm gonna tell you, once you see evil, it does something to you. I mean, it don't transform you into that, but it do something to your heart, the way you view things. And life can be that way. And I don't want to sugarcoat nothing to you and say, hey, everything is going to be good, because you're going to have your hard times. But you can survive because it's in your blood. You got to. That's why I'm leaving you some tools. Everything you need. How to be independent, how to make your money, how to be able to figure out what you want to do. But with this trade, you don't have to do it forever, but you can get enough money to live how you want to live peacefully, to go places, to see the world, and to do even bigger things if you can think outside of the box. So, never limit yourself. But I wanted to make this video because some of the things that I really want to tell you, I can't tell you, because right now you're 7 years old and you don't really understand. And I'm not around you like I would like to be. I only get the chance to see you right now once or twice a year. Here lately, it's been like once a year. So, I'm trying to do my best to bring that together, so that way we can spend more time together. And I can be able to show you with actions, because I know you love me. And I want to show you that I love you too, not only just with words and with the things that I buy for you or send you, but I want to give you something that I know later you'll be like, man, Dad really did that. I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about your sister Maris. I'm thinking about your sister Ty. I'm thinking about your nephew and your upcoming niece. My grandkids. I get it. It's about y'all. But when you're growing up, you don't really understand it. And some things, I want you to live and enjoy life as a kid. I don't want you to be grown before your time. I had to be grown before my time. I want you to enjoy each stage of your life. Enjoy being, an adolescent. Enjoy being a teen. Enjoy them stages. Just be wise and conscious. I just want to give you some information to help you just be a little bit more smarter. That way you won't make so many falls, and you'll be able to enjoy it. And you might be a little wiser than your peers, because you got some information, you got some knowledge from someone who really cared about you. And in facts, everything that you learn out of school, majority of it is false. I want you to learn how to read, write, do math, get all that down, graduate, and that's all you need. Don't worry about college, because you're going to make more money than that. We're going to get you a trade, get you a skill, and whatever you want to do, we're going to back it. We're going to be able to do that. But don't worry about those lies. Don't try to get caught up in trying to live the American dream, because the American dream is a lie. But the truth is, you still can be independent in America. And that's what I want you to be. That's what I want to teach you. I'm just going to be honest with you. I know you can make more money. Honestly, I feel like by the time you learn how to drive, you'll be driving a better vehicle than your teachers and making more money than them. Not because, oh, your daddy's spoiling you. Nah, because I taught you work ethics. and you're already making money. And this is what you choose to drive with your money, because now you got a savings and you got this and you already set up by the time you're 16, 17, 18. This is possible. And when you watch this, you're going to be like, man, Daddy spoke that into existence. That's why I'm hustling now. That's why I'm working hard now. And honestly, I go through stumbling blocks, but it's okay, because I know at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it. You know, all the rain, the storms, it's going to be worth it. So when you finally watch this and you get a chance to say, man, my dad was something else. I went through something. I survived it. I didn't give up. And yeah, you know, my past is not clean. But you know, it's not about what you went through. It's about how you survived it. And yes, I believe I am a child of God. Yes, I do. I believe if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here up to this moment right now. Because I have went through some things. If it wasn't for his covering, him walking with me or carrying me, man, I don't know where I'd be at right now. But I just want to say this before I leave. I love you. You are my only son. You have to carry the name. I'm trying to break the chains now so that way you won't be in none. I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be better than me. I love you.